what's up everybody again? It's Jordan with PictureMonk.com, and I'm here to show you a tutorial on how to replace the sky in some of your images. This was a photo I took in downtown Greensboro, and I knew the sky wasn't going to come out good. There was no clouds whatsoever, so I just did the best exposure I could for the foreground, and then I knew that in post I would be replacing the sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace this sky with this image here. And the first thing we're going to need to do that I like to do is just to unlock the background layer. And to extract the sky, we are going to use two tools. We're going to use the Magic Wand tool and the Quick Selection tool. So go ahead and grab your Magic Wand tool. This will give us a rough selection. And we're going to click, and you can see how it got most of the sky here. If you hold the Shift key, you'll get a plus sign, and that'll allow you to add to your selection. So basically just go around here and click to add more to your selection. Now you can see a couple problems that we have. Right here, the marching ants have come into the building. So the way we correct that is with the Quick Selection tool. So go ahead and grab that tool, and then we're going to hold the hold the Option key, Alt key on a PC, to get the minus. See how our cursor changes from plus to minus? Minus is going to subtract this selection. So I'm going to hold the Option key and drag and just deselect this part right here. Okay. I'm not going to worry about doing this section because I'll show you how to correct that a little bit later. And over here, I don't like this pole, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to not hold the Option key, but I'm going to just select that there, so that won't show up. Same thing with that little, I believe it's a camera. I don't know what that is. So, all right. There we go. We did our first selection, and what we need to do now is we need to inverse this selection to choose the foreground here and not the sky. So go to Select and then Inverse, and so now this part of the image is selected. And then with the Quick Selection tool selected, click Refine Edge, and that'll bring up the Refine Edge dialog box. What this is going to do is allow you to make more adjustments to your selection. So I don't really want to mess with most of this stuff on this image because it looks like the Magic Wand did a fairly good job. But I do want to mess with this right here. And the way we get rid of that is the Decontaminate Colors. We click that, and that gives us sort of like a paintbrush sort of thing. And what we can do is we can click and just kind of paint over this, and that'll take away some of the blue. It's not going to be perfect, which it won't matter as far as right now. So it's just going to keep taking away the blue parts of in between the tree branches. So just kind of rough that out. There we go. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. So now I'm going to do, I actually am going to shift the edges in a little bit. What that does is around the where it was selected, it's going to shrink it in just a little bit. So if there's any other blue from the previous sky, it'll take care of that. So all right, there we go. And now the last thing you want to do is make sure the new layer with layer mask output mode is selected. That's going to give us a layer mask with our changes, and then we can go in and refine if we need to later. So go ahead and click OK. All right, and now we have our extracted foreground. So now we need to get the sky in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the sky that I want, and click on the sky and drag that into the tab, and then let it go on the image, and that'll place it on top. And we need to just go ahead and scale this Sorry if it sounds like I'm rushed. I don't want to make this video too long. Some of the other sky replacement videos I've seen are 20 plus minutes, so I don't want to make this one that long. But anyway, go back to the sky here, and we just kind of want to line it up roughly around there. So as you can see, the bottom of the sky is going to hit a little bit below this low point here. And now we need to move this in between our original background layer and our new layer. So there you go. It's in there now. It looks okay. It doesn't look perfect. But now we need to do a couple more adjustments to sell this sort of effect. And one way I like to do this, it doesn't really work on if you're replacing an image with a sunset or sunrise, with real bright, vibrant colors. But for this sort of image, it will work. Create a new layer, and then grab your gradient tool, and make sure you have white to transparent selected. So if you don't, click the little drop-down box and choose the transparent option, and then hit the D key on your keyboard. That'll change your colors back to default, so black for the foreground, white for the background, and click the X key, and that'll just toggle those back and forth. So now you have white in the foreground. So now we just need to click around a little bit below the lowest point here, click and drag up, and right around there. There you go. So what that does is it kind of brightens the image, but it still leaves the detail that's coming up. It really helps with this section here. And this part we can probably stand to do another one, so we kind of want to do a diagonal right around there. Actually, we want to go a little farther up, like that. So it kind of looks like, it was still really bright outside, but you were able to get more dynamic range with the clouds. So that is pretty much it. And then you can do your basic edits from there, like more saturation, contrast. Let's just say there was a section up here that I wanted to change. Like, this is perfect. See how it's kind of jagged here? So what we want to do, and actually this whole piece of the building is missing, we want to click on our layer mask, get our paintbrush tool, and make sure we have white as our color. So I need to toggle that back on, and now I can paint back over, because we have a layer mask. I can paint back over and bring the sections of the building that I want to bring back in. There we go. And this is the part that kind of just takes a little bit of time. You just kind of, just mess with it. Don't be in a rush to get the best thing right off the bat. It's not going to happen. You just got to take some time. If you want to really sell the image, you got to take some time. So, I mean, that's basically what you're doing. You're just kind of painting a little bit, painting some of the stuff back in here. In our refine edge tool, when we were in there, we could have made a couple more adjustments, but just doing a little bit of painting is not bad. Well, let's just save. That's good. Oh, we got some of this building part missing here. All right, see that? This is actually the building, so this needs to be sky. So we just paint that back in, and you're basically just toggling black and white back off. All right, so that looks pretty good. Maybe some of the things I would do from now is the saturation, the vibrance saturation. Maybe crank that up a bit. Don't really like the way the saturation is going. Could even go selective color, select some of the greens, maybe change those, get a little deeper green. Just play around with it. It's not going to hurt anything. So that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, visit the website at picturemonk.com, or leave any questions in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer them. And also, I'm going to go ahead and give you this raw file, and that way you can maybe play around with it while I'm doing the doing the tutorial and maybe add your own sky. So head on over to picturemonk.com, and in this post you'll see a link to download the raw file. Alright guys, I appreciate that, and I will see you guys in the next video.